Alright guys, Forsaken just revealed way more with another update people forgot about, Azure voice lines, and even a massive theory. Let's get into it! So not only are we getting the April Fool's update, but there's actually another update that a lot of people have completely forgotten about, and that is the Easter update. This update originally brought a bunch of different skins into the game, including ones like Poach John Doe, Bunny Noob, Mercurial Elliot, Joker 007 and the Easter Ripper Jason, which is now for Slasher. Even though we haven't had any official confirmation about these skins returning, there is definitely potential of them to come back, especially with April coming up. But since it is a seasonal update for Forsaken, we'll probably get these skins again, including brand new ones added. With this, we already have a redesigned concept for Easter Ripper by Who, making it look more like the Nun Slasher skin. The original version already had a slight redesign when it became Slasher, so it wouldn't be surprising if it got updated again, similar to how the Christmas skins were refreshed for newer players. A lot of people actually really like this concept, with players saying they'd love to see something like this added into the game officially. It fits the theme well and gives the skin a more polished and modern look compared to the original. So if this Easter update does return this year, we could be seeing both updated versions of old skins and completely new ones that haven't been revealed yet. What kind of skins would you want to see in an Easter update? So with everything coming in the Chapter 3 update, there are actually a lot of new features being added, and one of the most interesting ones is the Azure update, which we should be seeing fairly soon this year. Recently, the dev team even put out a casting call for Azure, as they are now looking for a voice actor to bring the character to life. They specifically mentioned that they're looking for someone with a more masculine male voice, and while there isn't a strict age requirement, it's preferred that applicants are 18 or older. People can submit demo reels of their voice acting, and a lot of players have already started sending in their auditions. Now, what makes this really interesting is that Azure is actually going to be getting proper voice lines, which is something we don't really see with most killers in Forsaken right now. The only real example we have is certain skins, like Gashar Spoon John Doe, which has its own set of unique voice lines that make it stand out a lot more. So if Azure is getting full voice acting, this could actually be the start of something much bigger. We could end up seeing more characters receive voice lines in the future as well. For example, Jane Doe already has some voice lines during her quest when you interact with her, but she doesn't really have any in-game yet, aside from a few interactions between survivors. If the devs decide to expand on this, it could lead to a lot of improvements for the game overall. We could see deeper lore between characters, more personality and expression in how they act, and even in-game interactions, similar to other games, where characters talk to each other at the start of a match and reveal small details about their history. So this Azure update could actually be a big step forward for Forsaken. And if you're interested in becoming the voice actor for Azure, you can actually submit your own audition right now. So, with there being a lot of upcoming killers teased recently, there's actually one character who seems way more important than the others, and that is Phosphorus. This isn't just some random theory either, because if you look closely, this symbol tied to Phosphorus has been showing up across multiple characters in the game. For example, Nosferatu is probably the biggest one. His default skin literally has the Phosphorus symbol on his chest, and during the Masquerade event, the coffin in the middle also had this exact same logo. On top of that, Azure has the symbol placed right in the center of his chest as well, which a lot of players have started noticing recently. But one of the more unexpected characters that has this symbol is the martial artist, who is a VIP exclusive killer. He has the symbol on his arm, which feels really random at first, especially since he doesn't seem directly connected to the rest of the lore. Now, if we look at Nosferatu's story, things start to make a lot more sense. According to his lore, he was approached by a mysterious agent working under Spectre, who offered him a deal of infinite desire and celebration in exchange for entering the Forsaken realm. Nosferatu accepted that deal, and many people believe that this mysterious agent is actually Phosphorus, who could be Spectre's right-hand man. Once you reach milestone 4 with Nosferatu, there's even more to this. You can interact with a bat that explains the meaning behind the symbol, which is tied to the sign of gluttony. This adds another layer to the theory, suggesting that anyone marked with this symbol was chosen or influenced by Phosphorus in some way. Because of this, a lot of players are starting to believe that characters with this symbol were all approached by Phosphorus and brought into the Forsaken Realm through similar deals. Some are even speculating that Phosphorus could be the true figure behind the Spawn cult, possibly the one they were actually worshipping all along. And now that people have noticed the martial artist, maybe he's more important to the lore than we originally thought. So could Phosphorus end up being one of the biggest characters introduced later in Chapter 3? And do you actually believe in this theory? There has been a new thumbnail added to the Forsaken homepage, and one of them is for Elliot. After a long time, it finally gives Elliot some lore about how people see him after he got Forsaken. In the thumbnail, his younger sister Mia is in the middle, and it seems like she can't remember what Elliot looked like. Because of this, she is going through different faces to figure out which one is actually him. Some people think the image represents her forgetting his face entirely. There is also an error message that says files not found, and under that there are 2 buttons that say I just and want him back, which likely shows that she misses him. However, there is also something in the corner of the thumbnail that appears to be the Spectre. So, with the collab removal of the fan-favorite skins that keep getting re-added and then removed, with this JX1DX1 and Aubrey, we're still getting new replacements, as there were already chase themes and custom animations made that are now not being used until these new skins get released. There were a bunch of scrapped versions. The first replacement for JX1DX1 was Good 12. Good 12 is one of the more obscure SNPC characters. He was originally created as a robot replica of a real player, but a hidden failsafe trapped his consciousness inside the machine, turning him into something far darker. Over time, he lost his humanity and became hostile. Sadly, he was scrapped and will no longer be coming to Forsaken. There was also another replacement for Aubrey called Simon 1337. He was one of Good 12's closest friends and the first to notice something was seriously wrong. When Good 12 disappeared, Simon started investigating what really happened behind the SNPC project. What he uncovered was far worse than just a bug or glitch. Good 12 was no longer human. Instead of reuniting with his old friend, Simon became a target himself. There was even a third rejected replacement for JX1DX1, simply called, which had no real information about it. It was mainly based on a Windows error screen, with the right side showing a robot, likely representing what Good 12 was supposed to be. With these skins, they won't be coming at all, and Cheshire Cat does not plan to collaborate with Forsaken again. However, the skins may return in other Roblox games instead. What do you think of these scrapped replacement skins? So Forsaken is creating something much bigger for Chapter 3 with all of the lore. What could we expect to come? Subscribe and hit the bell for more Forsakening it.